Boom. I feel like we're doing a lecture. All right.
Never been to school or college doing this stuff. So
Oh yeah, it's literally like right now, post COVID, it's just like this. All right. All right, guys. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Java Lounge. It's your boy Marcus, and I have a great pleasure of introducing you with our new co-host to the podcast, my guy Louie. Give it up
what's
for
up, everybody?
what's up. What's up? So pretty much, you guys, for this podcast, I'm not doing any specific topics yet. Right now, we're just gonna focus on just introducing Louis and his origin story. So, Louis, like, tell me about yourself. Like, where do you live? Where are you from?
Damn. All right. Well, I'm from California,
All right,
SoCal. Born and raised in Southern California. Love it, miss it. But now I stay in the 702 where it's hot and dry.
hot ass Nevada.
Hot ass Nevada, bro.
And
Can't
how long?
complain though.
Okay, how
Could be
long?
worse. About 3 years. Moved out here, I think, 2018.
2018. Nice. But you say
Yeah.
you can't complain, so it must be like hella cheap, right? Everything's like not too bad.
It was great when I came out here.
Uh
Like
huh.
when I say, I mean my rent from California was I think 2,100 for a 2 bedroom, really
Uh.
small apartment.
Mhm.
I'm at a 3 bedroom condo right now,
Oh
and I'm
shit.
paying I'm paying only 1,300.
For
So
real? That's
yeah,
less than my first junior one bedroom apartment that I got back in like fucking, I want to say like 2015. That's wild.
I'm
That's wild.
telling you, just the way everything has gone up has just been
Pretty crazy.
just way too much. But I mean, now it's starting to happen in Vegas too. But I'm
Mm.
actually trying to get my foot to where I can actually buy a house. So
Ooh.
goals, man. You gotta step in before it just
Yeah.
skyrockets
Before the
again.
market gets too hard to jump in. No, I feel it. I'm currently waiting for the market to crash, but it doesn't look like it's doing that. But
Homie, you got like one more year till this shit goes down.
right now, I'm waiting to buy a house for like $5.
I'm
Nah,
with it.
out here in California, it's more realistic. In like the Inland Empire, but it's like ass out here. And
I
then,
mean,
what's
I've been into the Inland Empire,
yeah,
more kind of like not Riverside area. I mean, I've drive through there all the time, but Moreno Valley,
yeah.
even Moreno Valley's starting to go up.
Hell
So
yeah, it is. It's wild. Like pretty much Riverside, even downtown Riverside, they kind of got the nerve to be charging the apartments down there almost the same price as it is out in LA. It's wild. It don't make no sense. But
I don't know how much it is out in Los Angeles now,
uh
but I just know it's too much.
yeah, it's like a cool like 22,000 and up at
Yeah, nah,
least, at
man,
least. But yeah,
it's too
bro.
much.
So what part of SoCal were you from?
Well, I was born in North Hollywood,
Got
818.
okay.
And then my family pretty much moved around a lot. So,
Mhm.
West Los Angeles, then from West Los Angeles, Glendale area, from Glendale, Pacoima, from Pacoima
Okay.
to Simi, and so,
All
so forth.
around that
So,
area. Okay. I
yeah.
see. I see it. No, I was more like Culver City area and then like Adams and Crenshaw and then then moved out to the IE for like
Oh, dang. I lived over there for a little bit too. Yeah.
yeah, just
That's
for
a rough area.
that's
That's
why
a
we moved
real
out
rough.
here. Yeah, that's
Where
why
you
like
at now?
I'm in Riverside, Rubidoux area.
Okay.
But before out I came out here, my family moved us like as a kid in high school and stuff like that. It was a little small burbs town called Eastville.
I have no idea where that's
Nobody
at.
heard of it. Exactly. There's nothing important out here. I'm telling you, it's awful. But um
I bet it's some a little bit more safe though. What would you
yeah,
say?
depend if in Eastville, yeah, most definitely for sure. Like Rubidoux area, nah, you still got your people. It's not as bad as LA and stuff like that, but you still got your people. But it's like far and few. I never had any like people like puff up at me or anything like that, just being out and stuff like that. So yeah,
Oh
you're
man,
good.
come to Las Vegas. Go to the Fremont. If you're a local, you get pissed off real quick. Everybody, bro. Everybody that comes visit, they puff out their chest when they're drunk. You know the deal.
That's true. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I gotten lucky. I honestly, now that I think about it, when I went to Fremont, it was like for EDC and stuff like that. So I wasn't even on like outside downtown. I was too busy out partying or like sleeping in the hotel room, and that's it. So I dodged some bullets, I guess. Hell yeah.
I I wanted to go to EDC this year, but that didn't happen.
Have you ever been like since being out in Nevada or no?
No.
How do you guys feel about EDC being
All
from?
right. So being a local,
Yeah,
as long as you don't gotta go to the strip
yeah,
or you don't have to work that weekend, you're
right.
straight. But if you gotta work, bro, you're sitting there in traffic for like an hour.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, then it becomes, the whole sob story of there's too much people on the freeway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
It's like
there's always hella accidents. At least every time I go to EDC and I'm on those freeways, hella bad accidents, nasty ones.
Vegas
Yeah.
is rough for it because of all the like the drinking and driving and stuff like that. That's why car insurance out here is like three like 300 plus. Unless you have, well, I have Geico, but
Okay.
I'm under someone who's been with them for like
Years instead.
years, so I got like the loyalty thing.
Oh, you got the
So
loyalty discount hookup.
yeah.
That's smooth. That's smart. That's smart. Someone fucking AAA. I mean, they came in clutch. And I had them before I turned 25. So that shit was steep. It was hurting my little broke ass pockets back then. It was bad, all bad.
How about now?
How about now? It went down a little bit, but it's still a little bit too much. But I still pay it, and I'm not like too pressed about it. Back then, it was like really rough paying it, but I don't know why my dumbass got it. I was listening to my dad, but yeah. So what else? How was your upbringing and stuff like that? Um,
Well,
dating
was
life,
raised
love life.
okay. Well, I'm happily in a, a relationship. Same
Okay.
female for about 3 years now. Well, it already hit 3 years, but I'm happy with her. It's probably like the best female I ever had in my whole life.
I love
You
that.
know, I bro, I don't know. I know you've been around for a hot minute, so you see me
Yeah.
doing shit that I shouldn't be doing. Um, but I was raised by a single mom,
Yeah.
working her butt off,
Mhm.
3 kids, no
Mhm.
help really.
Mhm.
Um, for a long time I was sleeping on the couch because I always think I let my sister take the room.
I feel
I'm gonna
that.
let her do that. So,
Yeah.
but now, like I said, blessed here,
Mhm.
we don't even use the other room.
That's
So
amazing. That's
so
amazing.
it
It's a
worked
grind.
out.
It's a grind. Yeah. So what like how did you meet your girlfriend? Through the gram, slid in the DMs in person?
Christian Mingle. Nah, 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 nah,
I
nah,
was like,
nah, nah,
damn,
nah, nah,
let me
nah.
get one.
Nah, nah. Yeah, it was through the gram. How everyone pretty much meets people nowadays.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so funny story is she's just like us.
Yeah.
She's trans too. So,
Mm.
and my perspective when I first, slid in her DMs, I didn't know. Like I really didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So I was like, I'm gonna just shoot my shot, see what
Give
happens.
her a go. Yeah.
This girl has like followers and like people that admire her,
Oh yeah.
and
So DMs is probably booming for her. So you're like, let me just throw my
I'm just gonna
in the lottery. Let me just throw
I
that
hope
shit in
she
the lottery.
catches it
Yeah,
or at
right.
least sees it. But hit her up through there, and
Mhm.
actually it took her a long time, dude. It took her a long time to actually hang out with her because she's so guarded. But
Okay.
because of her being trans, she, disclosed to me like she was scared. She didn't know what was gonna happen,
Mhm.
and I didn't tell her because, like I said, I'm stealth,
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, now I don't mind, but like
Mhm.
I was living my life stealth. So she didn't know. I never heard about her. She didn't hear about me, thank God.
So when you
you
guys,
know
so basically when you guys both met, you both didn't know that each other was trans. Is that what you're saying?
she she exactly, but she actually disclosed
Uh-huh.
before the day that we like not schedule, I don't want to say schedule, but plan to hang out,
No. Mm,
she's just like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm trans, da da da.
okay.
And that's when I came out to her, and she was just like, oh,
That was the response, like, oh damn, cool.
yeah, exactly.
Let's
Yeah,
go have fun now.
it was cool. It was cool as hell. I mean, I never really like, I mean, I find it now before jazz, like I found it
uh,
a little bit harder to date.
uh,
Um, just because I had a really like just messed up bunch.
do you feel
I'm not.
comfortable getting into those experiences, like your past exes and stuff, and like how it was transitioning while being in those relationships?
It was hard because
Mm,
I know this person that I was with didn't mean to come off as messed up because this person didn't know how to take it.
hmm.
So a lot of it was like things that she would say would mess me up internally, but I couldn't blame her because
We're all learning about it.
we're all learning, you know,
Yeah.
it's new to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
You know
could
what I mean?
definitely attest to that shit too. It's like no harm. There was harm in a way, but no foul about it. But definitely the language is evolving and changing and stuff like that. It definitely
Yeah.
could play a role on like how you feel about each other or how you think that your partner is viewing you because they're using that type of language and stuff like that. But I'm
Yes,
super glad that you met your girl now. So
man.
have I don't know if anybody in your personal life outside of this podcast like knows about your relationship that it's T for T. And if you do have people that do know, how was their response to that?
So
Mm.
actually, I kind of wanted you to bring me on the last podcast you had.
Which one?
That the very last one where you actually spoke on it. Like you're just like, I wish I had somebody to talk to ask these questions to. Is this two-way street type deal?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
So
touch on
yeah.
it. Come on.
So because I told my friend D, and I'm pretty sure she don't mind me throwing it out there because
Yeah,
she got her own life going.
yeah.
But my homegirl D, I told her, and at first she was like, I think she kind of like got brought back for a little bit. She was
Uh-huh.
because I mean, like I said, I personally never thought that I'd be with someone who was like me.
Yeah,
You know, just because like I've never been with you know, another
yeah.
trans
Same,
person, period.
same.
So I mean, I guess it'd be like the same how I'm feeling, but everyone's different.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Hmm.
Um, but anyways, I told my friend D, and I think like the first response was like she was happy for me, but
Yeah.
she was still skeptical because you know I've dated cis women my whole life,
Okay.
you know,
Uh,
um, and so just
they didn't think it was
having
gonna like last or something.
I think they're thinking too much about what everyone else thinks about
Got
us
you.
too much.
Got you.
So instead of, you know, like she was happy for me for a little bit, but I know we kind of went through like a rocky period
Hmm.
a little after that,
Hmm.
um, on basis of how who we are,
Yeah.
just on that. So but everyone's like happy for me now. I think it just takes people time, but the reaction was happy, skeptical,
Hmm.
and then weary.
Mm.
So it kind of did its motion.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
No,
Does that make sense? Does that make
no, it
sense?
definitely does. Like of course it's like the initial reaction, like, oh dang, I'm so happy you found a girl that makes you happy, but then they started, nitpicking and being like
Exactly.
hella critical about your relationship just because there's one little key difference about the average relationships and stuff like that.
And let me tell you,
Uh-huh.
this female,
Uh-huh.
my girlfriend,
Yeah.
is literally the best woman I've ever been with.
Let's give it up for her.
Yeah.
Shout outs
I
to
don't want
you
to I
holding it
don't want to
down.
name drop her, but just because she told me, she's like, hey, because I told her, I was like, I'm gonna try this podcast thing out, you
Yeah.
know, my good friend Marcus. And I
Yeah.
showed her who you were, like I showed her before who you were, but she
Uh-huh.
didn't remember.
No, that's
So
a fact.
yeah, I let her know and stuff like that. And she was like, okay, only thing is just don't say my name.
Okay.
So
The
um
privacy. I,
yeah, it's
I
just a,
respect
it's
it.
a yeah.
I
And
100% respect it. You're
but
talking
now,
about her. I
yeah,
definitely.
bro. I think though, like being with all those other women did
Uh-huh.
teach me who I wanted to be with though. Like
Uh-huh.
I know after my last prior to her, like I was done, bro. I was ready to just clean my hands and be like, I'm gonna just sit back and I'm not getting another relationship. Everybody's BSing me. I'm
I had a
BSing
period like
myself.
that. Yeah, I had a point in time
Yeah.
where I was like that too. I'm still single
So
out here, so that's why I'm like curious about asking all these questions about relationships and love and how people are taking it. Would you definitely say your relationships with cis women in the past, while transitioning and stuff like that, going back into my last podcast, do you feel like things started acting different once they started disclosing to their personal family and friends about like your life and what your journey is at that time with them? Like, do you feel like their behavior started changing when other people started chiming in?
actually not at all.
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
she was very much, I would say, ride or die.
Yeah.
But me and I think I don't know if you believe in this stuff, but she
Mm.
was like my twin flame.
I do believe in that stuff. Yeah.
So me and her were just, like we just
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. It was just
Like,
a, it's nuclear.
yeah, it was bad, bro. And I'm
It's all
telling you,
bad.
it was good for like a day, and then it'd be super bad for like six
Yeah.
days, and
Yep.
then yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then you're holding on to that one day and you're wishing that it comes back. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, no, I feel that.
nah,
No, that's super good. Yeah, no, that's super good. Because me personally, as a single person, I was in a relationship probably like the first 6 months of my transition. So I consider myself single throughout my entire transition. And I've dated a lot. And what I've came down to is the common reason why people kind of like, come and go. Of course, it's like it's just the dating game. I've talked to cis guys all the time about like, hey, like, how are you hidden on Tinder and Hinge and shit like that? And usually they'll be like, bro, it's kind of like I'm lucky if I get get a match. And then I've talked to girls where I've been on dates on, and they've said, man, it's like so many people that like me. It's just like I kind of pull one out the barrel and stuff, and that just makes sense.
I
And
mean, it's kind of like the whole. Obviously, I hate saying this, but like women, they're beautiful creatures.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
know what
they're
I'm saying? So
beautiful. Everyone desires women. Women desire women. Everyone in between desire women. So
yeah,
it's just it is what it is, and I totally get that.
you
But
said it
what I
better
was
than me.
yeah, but so what I'm kind of getting at is like two different points. So I have like one point where it's like, how I don't know if like what you see on your TL and stuff like that, because I know you and like how many guys you follow that's from the community. But like sometimes, like even when I'm scrolling through TikTok, especially now, like I always see, the same old trope where people are saying, it's so hard dating as a trans guy. No one loves me because I'm trans and da 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 da. Right. And sometimes I have at least me personally, I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's always because we're trans or if it's because we're just not meeting the right people like everybody that dates in the world. And I know sometimes specifically it can be because we're trans, but I don't know. Like I've had encounters where I went on dates and the trans thing wasn't an issue. It was just like I've been having more times where it's just like we're not compatible than it is because me being trans.
So I'm on the pretty much the same take as you are when it
Uh,
comes to that. I've never really had an issue with the whole trans thing.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, for a lot of people, it is. I think it's more mental. You know, I
The
mean,
confidence, right?
yeah, if you go into something overthinking it,
Mm-hmm.
you're ruining it for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're dating on IG like I did, if I used it
Ivory
as like
DMs.
a platform, yeah. Um, then if you're using it for that and you're being yourself on there and they see that, they know that, then that shouldn't be an issue.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of us are just starting T,
Yeah.
and we ourselves don't sit there and accept it yet
Yeah.
because we don't show it physically.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is really. It's just like the overthinking and you
Internalizing
know
and all.
because I do this. I literally do exactly that when
Mhm.
just meeting people.
Yeah.
You'll see my nervous ticks happen, or I'm just like, and I'm
Fidget.
looking around all the time and I'm like fidgeting. And sometimes you just gotta think and be like, okay, relax, breathe. You're here for a reason. You guys are talking for a reason. That shit, you know. So
Mhm. No, I definitely
it's
feel you.
being comfortable with yourself.
No, at the end of the day, because even if
Yeah.
say that you meet someone that doesn't it that's not an issue about you being trans and stuff like that. I'm just speaking to anybody listening right now. It's just like there could be something else after that that they sorry, it says my internet connection. Can you still hear me?
You're still good on this side.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, no, it's like even if they get over that quote unquote hurdle of being trans and shit like that, say that there's something else that they hate that you don't like say like you chew with your mouth open or something, they'll stop fucking with you. So it's just like I, but like for real though, it's like if it's not that, they just might stop fucking with you because of something else. I literally had a girl that I was dating. She was my girlfriend at the time. She kicked me out of her house because I was eating the chips too loud. I'll never forget that ever, ever.
I don't know if this bothers you,
Uh,
but when I'm eating chips, dude, and I be just munching on that shit,
yeah.
I eat with my mouth closed, but that shit's so loud in my head.
Oh yeah, you can't hear nothing else and shit. Like you got the TV on, you don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Exactly. I'm like, what's the point of
I'm
watching
like,
TV?
damn, I'm going to town on these. Oh yeah, no, that shit don't bother me. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, but yeah, no, but for real though, that's like how my mindset is. I'm not always going into every encounter with someone I want to be intimate with, like thinking like, oh, they gonna eventually stop fucking with me. But I always like if they do eventually stop fucking with me, I always think that it was just like, that's just how it is, that's just how the cookie crumbles. I
Yeah.
mean, I think there's cis guys that get rejected for less. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, it's just like they get rejected and they didn't not even trans. Like, they got their own. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, what's wrong with them? But I'm not saying there's something wrong with trans guys and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, damn, what's your excuse? You can't reject nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I kind of look at it. Makes me happy knowing that other people are
People get
miserable.
rejected just
Yeah,
as
everybody
much.
taking L's. I know I'm not alone. So it's just like it's the way of fucking life. But
Hey man, I can't even front on that with you because I know I got rejected once or twice, you know. It's
yeah,
just part of the game. Like,
yeah. Even before I transitioned, I was getting rejected. I remember I went to Pride and I walked up to this one girl. She was super beautiful. And my friends was just like, oh, go holler at him, go holler at him. I was probably like 18, fresh out. And I was like, hi, what's your name? And she was like, Banana. And the
banana.
music was so loud. And I had a couple of drinks. So I'm like, I must be tripping. I know she didn't say banana. And I was like, banana. And she was like, yeah, banana. And I was like, oh, so can I like get you a drink? And then it was just really embarrassing. It was like a whole crowd of people seeing me get rejected. And
Oh dang. Oh,
yeah,
I know what she was saying.
you win some, you lose some, guys.
Hey, bro, that's all it is if
Yeah.
you're gonna put yourself out there, F it,
Yeah.
man.
You got
Like
any,
my one of
huh?
my really, close friends say, if you're gonna go down, bro, just go balls deep. Fuck it. Like
Just go all the way out. Just
just
do
do
it.
it.
Fuck it.
You're never gonna see him again.
And that's exactly my mindset. I'm never gonna see them again. I'm just gonna fuck it, be risky. I was actually having a
So
conversation. I don't know if before your current relationship, if you ever had to like out yourself to like any people you were trying to be intimate and stuff like that. Have you?
nah, because I think the girl that
Mhm.
I was with prior, she's actually the girl I came out with, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually never had to go through that. I don't know how it is for people though that have gone through that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've done it. I think my last recent one, I was on I'll just talk about like dating apps and shit like that, my experience with that. So I've used pretty much almost all of them. Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, fucking her, all them shits, right?
I
And
was
all
surprised you didn't use the what is it? Taima?
Timey or that one, I think I did it.
Timey?
I think I did it for like a day. It's just like on like Snapchat or something like that. Well, I always see the
Yeah,
ad
yeah,
on
yeah,
Snapchat.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I used it for like a day, and I was like, this ain't it. But so usually on my dating apps that I use, like I always disclose that I'm a trans man. It is what it is. Like I don't have time to have that conversation and be like, oh, you would lie. I don't have time for that. You
I
know,
hate those
yeah,
conversations.
when you DM me, you already know what the fuck is going on. Before you press send, you already know what's going on over here. So
Yep.
I always disclose that, right? And because of that, sometimes I'm like, damn, like, am I that fucking ugly? Like, I'm not getting no matches like that. Like, it would be like that. I would still get matches here and there, but it definitely wasn't the vibe that I was on. You know what I mean? Like, I was not fucking with that at all. Nah. It would be
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
it would be
Yeah.
like just people that we just if we stood next to each other, we wouldn't look like not
This
about it's
fool.
not about it was like we wouldn't look like we would be associated with each other. Like, nah, like it's
That's
not
different
happening.
personalities coming together, my G.
Yeah, nah, too different for me, too different. Miss me with that one. So I'm like, okay, so me, I'm like, damn, this can't be what the fuck I'm pulling. Like, this is my level. This is the level that my face attracts. So, you have those moments where it's like, am I ugly? Or is it because I'm transgender? Right. So what were you gonna
I
say?
think it's just those apps, bro.
Yeah, the
It's
apps are
just
ass.
those apps.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure you could find a sweet little one over on IG, bro. Start
Yeah. I
spit
don't
game,
dive into
start.
DMs like that. Yeah. I'm awful
Nah.
in those DMs. I'm awful in my Instagram DMs. I have to be so much better at that. But that's a different conversation. But going back to the dating app, so I did this like I just recently. I've never done this before. Up until now, I was bored. I was like, fuck it. And I never had a desire to like actually pursue if I did start getting matches. So pretty much what I did is I took off that it basically took off my gender. So it doesn't say anything.
Mm,
So, I started getting a little better turnout, of course. So I'm like, oh, okay. People just transphobic as fuck. Got it. What's new? And
yeah.
yeah, right.
I
So
feel it. I feel it.
yeah, it's like I'm not bothered by it. I'm like, oh, whatever. These are people I definitely don't want to like. My mindset is like, if someone's so hung up by that or how they're seen with someone that's trans and stuff like that is definitely not somebody I want to be around. Like, I don't like me. I don't know. I feel like as trans people, I think we don't give most of us. I mean, in a way, we don't give a fuck about being judged to an extent. Like we already are aware that there's gonna be some fucking slick comments and people gonna feel the type of way, right? And it's like I'm gonna do me.
Mm,
So for me, I find it hard, especially people with our grown ass ages that like care so much about like how their peers think. So like when they care too
yeah.
much about like who they're fucking with, like especially if it's no one that's doing like something negative to their life and stuff like that. Like I can't fuck with people like that. Like I feel a type of way towards them. I don't know why. Like I don't hate them, but I'm like, grow up.
So I actually I'm in a weird like little middle
Yeah, talk
just
your shit.
because just because you know I love this kid to death. Don't get me wrong. I think he's like 25 or something like that.
Mm,
And me and him, blood, sweat, and tears together and stuff like that. But he doesn't care. Like he doesn't care about me.
mm,
About me being FTM.
got it.
But he cares about MTF. And so
Let's
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
it. Let's talk about it.
So you know, I've had several conversations with him because there's bills that come up and I'm trying to have these conversations, trying to open up people's minds to be like, hey, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm in this like weird little middle where I'm either gonna cut this fool off for just being like just say you're transphobic. Just say you're transphobic because you don't got
Thank
a
you.
problem with me, but you got a problem with my partner. Because that's the
Yeah.
first thing is this person doesn't know that she's trans
Okay.
like me.
Okay.
But the little slick shit that he says, I'm like, if only you knew,
right? Who you're
You would
sitting
change
next
your
to.
mind. Yeah, because for a while he was that way about FTMs until I was just like, hey, da da da. Me and
Yeah.
him had like a one-on-one talk. I went down to LA and I picked his ass up and I was just like, oh, let's go to Dave and Buster's. Like one of my favorite places to go when I'm in California.
Yeah.
And it's like the best place to to talk and do anything
Yeah.
because
Chop
no
it
matter
up.
what, you can have deep conversations and have fun.
Yeah.
So I sat him down and I was like trying to let him know like this is my life and this is how I felt in the beginning and this is who I am now and this is who I was then and after a while he opened up to me and like we had that bond.
Yeah.
But then he still is not. He's doing it again.
It's just to the
Just because
next.
it's just because it's the opposite. And the thing about it is I told him, I said, regardless of what you think about it, the Gen Z generation is way more progressive. And
100%.
and I can't, and you know what I says, I cannot wait. I cannot wait, man, till these motherfuckers break down every misogynistic
They're coming for heads,
claim
bro.
of what we know right now.
Yeah.
So so right now, like I said, I'm in like that middle weird where I'm just like, I gotta cut this dude off. Like I either gotta cut him off or
Mhm.
I gotta set him straight. Like I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
What
But
what would be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Whereas, like, what would be like the cutoff point? Like, what would they have to say or do? Like, do you know? Like, have an idea? Like, okay, like if this nigga do this shit, like I might deck him. We don't choose violence, but you know what I'm saying.
no, I choose
Hypothetically.
violence. I choose violence 100% of the time.
I'm trying to
I
be
wake
safe in the
up
podcast.
choosing
You're like,
violence.
hell no, I wake
Oh,
up.
I
I'll
choose
whoop
I
your
choose it
ass
every
any
single
day.
day. I do it. Um, Honestly, I think it's just like another dumbass statement that he knows nothing about
Uh
because there's people too that when I came out to them,
mm,
they were loving. And then
yep.
all of a sudden I don't see them for like 3 years because I'm busy and I got stuff to do and I'm trying to grow as a person,
Yeah.
trying to get a house, trying to do all these things.
You're grinding
All
for
of
your
a
life.
sudden, all of a sudden, the way I feel and who you know me as a person doesn't matter anymore.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like that that's not it. That's not it for me. So it's probably just another one of his dumbass remarks. It doesn't have to be uh violent,
yeah,
but it just has to be stupid enough. And I'm just like, all right,
we're done.
you're done. Cause I've already done that for like three three other people that I've done been with around that we've, been
Mm,
up in the mountains, blood, sweat, and tears, just doing it. Like I've cut them off. I don't care anymore, bro. I'm
yeah.
too old for this crap.
Yeah, I wanted to circle back to that. I know earlier you talked about, I don't know if I hit record on that part yet, but in the past you did a brief period of like firefighting and stuff like that, and you were helping out with the California wildfires and stuff. At least I was following you back then in those days and
I
stuff.
did it for a season.
A
Yeah.
season,
It
yeah.
was I did it only for one season. Went to school for it.
Saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, did all that, but it was cool. Don't get me wrong. I love the
Mhm.
work. It's just the reason why I quit. Literally the reason why I quit was because I'm a diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic
Mhm.
and I carry a pouch with me. Now there was
Yeah.
a time where I was up in I don't remember what fire it was.
Was
I
it
think it
on
was
like
the
in the
Mariposa
DM?
fire.
Okay.
Um and my vial got dirt in it and I couldn't use it anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was waiting for the 2 day recovery that we got,
Yeah.
out of the 2 weeks that we like straight worked.
Yeah.
Um, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna transfer down to Camarillo, and that's what I did. I transferred down from Auburn down to
Mhm.
Camarillo, and then from there I was just like, I can't do this. Like, this
Mhm.
sucks because I went to school for it, but
Yeah.
you want to do things because you like it, you love it, but
Yeah.
sometimes life is like there's something else for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what it was.
It
Like,
was something that you wanted, but life was giving you what you needed for your health, you know?
exactly. And I know
Yeah.
for sure I'd probably be in a We're state because I went to the doctors afterwards and she was like, "What the heck are you doing being a wildland firefighter? Don't you know that if you're up for like 24 hours, you could become hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic?"
Mm.
So I was like, "Yeah."
You're like,
I
but I'm
still wanted
I'm risking it all. Yeah, I'm
I
still
still
trying.
wanted to do it.
But man, that's still like a big accolade to be proud of and stuff like that. From I've seen a couple of guys on my feed that were are in like different states. I think one's in maybe Boston or Jersey, firefighter over there, and there's another guy in San Diego. And seeing that stuff, what they go through, like the physical parts and like the physical tests and stuff like that, that seems rough. So
It's a little rough, my G.
yeah, my guy,
Like
that's on the
it's
East Coast.
heavy.
I guess he can't pass his physical or something like that.
It's probably the is he a wildland firefighter?
Mm,
Because it's different
I'm not
for
sure. I think he's just like a city
if he's city, he goes by a different
standards.
test. Obviously for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
But it's hard, dude. Like you have to literally train for it.
yeah.
You can't just walk in there and be like, "Oh, I want to be a firefighter. Let me just throw this on my stuff and let me just do it real quick."
Let me just throw the
It's
E
not gonna work.
tank in my suit and run up these flight of steps without training. Got it.
It, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, dude. I'm telling you, I actually had to do it twice, my test
Yeah.
twice. Um, you have, I forgot how much weight was on my back, but you do that full suited with a tool in your hand, and you're going up a steep mountain, and you have to make it in a matter of like 15, 16 minutes.
Oh,
I want to say, yeah, it's like a mile hike too.
yeah.
It depends on how steep it is and stuff like that is how
Yeah.
they measure the test. But dude, I wasn't gonna make it the second time. I found it. I was just like, run, run,
You
just do it. And
push.
that's what I did. I just ran up
You
that
fucking
shit,
push.
and I
Yeah.
threw up afterwards, but it was worth it.
Do you mind if I ask like how tall are you, like how much you weigh and stuff? Because that plays a
So,
part. Like how much?
so I'm right now. I'm 5'3".
Okay.
I'm a short king.
Short Kings.
Short king. Back then I was 155.
Shit. And you had all that equipment and shit on that?
I think it was 70 to 80 pounds of equipment on your back and then a tool in your hand. It didn't matter what tool it was
Yeah.
because,
Had to be something. And what was
yeah,
the weather like outside? This all plays a part for me.
hot. It's
Yeah,
hot and
see.
you're full suited. So,
Yeah, so I want to paint the picture for all the guys that are interested or thinking of pursuing being a firefighter. I only
if
stopped. What's up?
if you only if you don't have really any medical issues, even if you have asthma, because I have asthma as well,
I have
and
asthma.
it's not that severe,
Hmm.
you can do it, man. Just do it. Just go do it. You know, if you don't get it the first time, it's
You
all
just
right.
try
You don't get the
again.
second time, yeah, you just keep trying.
Yeah, I
So
feel that. That's dope. I mean, I see a lot of guys from the community that become firefighters. I think it's like hella inspirational. I was on that path up until I fucked up. Got
what do
caught
you
up.
mean?
I got caught up with the
Oh,
law. Yeah, I got
oh
caught up
yeah,
with the
yeah,
law,
yeah.
and legally what I got charged with, I can't even get, they wouldn't even let me test to get my national registry for my EMT license. Even though I was
Dude,
like top of the class, had all the A's and awards, did great on my fields when I went out in the field and stuff, but they were like, hell no, we're not doing it. But it is what it is.
hey, and you
How
got more respect for me because I
mm,
tried doing the whole
uh
EMT thing. Well, you still have to be that to be a firefighter, but thank God I got like the certificate.
yeah,
They're gonna train me to do other stuff anyway, so
yeah.
I kind of got a leeway into being a firefighter without the actual national.
Ah,
Which, yeah, so like I
yeah, that
went through
makes
the
sense.
program, so I was like,
Now that makes
but
sense. Now that makes
but
sense.
I got Kofi.
Kofi.
I got Kofi because I passed my class
Uh,
for the EMT, but I got Kofi. I was like, no, I don't know enough. No, this doesn't make much sense to me. Da, 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 da. So I give it to you. Like that course is tough.
it no, it is. That shit's rough. A lot of people dropped out. It's a lot of material that you got to take in like a short amount of time. Even if it's not, you're not even a doctor yet. You're still that person that has to keep them alive enough until you drop them off to the fucking hospital. Like that's it. That's the bare minimum. But
I I've been in both situations, both
on the so
actually
you've been the patient
recently.
and the responder.
Yeah, and recently, so
Do you want to get
man,
into that?
I love EMTs, man. I love people that just help other people because if it
EMTs
wasn't
are
up to
real.
them, I promise you right now, I probably would not be here.
Oh man,
It's
yeah. Shout
I
out to
was
EMTs.
yeah, I was that close. I mean, I dabble in a little bit of, Zaza, every now and then.
Hell yeah, 424.
Um, I love it. So
It's legal in our states, both states.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But they tax it like a motherfucker out here.
Oh yeah, the fuck they do.
Your your eighth is double that out here for cost wise. Yeah. So telling you, they tax it,
Most of it is
but
like 60 and up,
I'm
and it's
talking
not
about
even top.
$65, bro.
Oh,
65.
and that's not even top shelf.
That's not top shelf.
Oh my god, man,
So
that's rough.
yeah. So
It seemed like tobacco over there.
uh, I mean, I don't really smoke like that.
I used to smoke hella
Do you see?
cigarettes. Yeah, when it was like back when the legal smoking age was 18. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy how they changed that, right?
Right? No, they changed it to 21 right when I turned 21. So it didn't even matter to me. And then that's when I stopped. I was like, whatever. I don't know. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I can't really tell you what was the
The
cause.
motivation.
Huh?
What was the motivation for it?
Yeah. I mean, at the time, like the person I was dating, they hella didn't like that I smoked cigarettes and stuff. But I was like, I'm gonna do me. So that
Fuck.
shit didn't happen. That shit didn't work out. There was a lot of arguments. Don't do that.
Hey, at least she or they were looking out for your best interest.
Yeah, they were interested in they were looking out for my health, especially because my fucking asthmatic ass, like I'm fucking taking these puffs, especially today with the when I hit a blunt. I'm like wheezing and shit. I can't do backwards.
You got the
Backwards fucking me up. I'm like, like you hear
my
that shit. I'm like,
dude,
damn.
my girl when my girlfriend rose up, man,
Uh,
and she's just puffing. She's puffing it, bro. I tell you, she like went through like 14 blunts one day. I was like, God damn, bro. Like, I would have
Props to
already been
her.
knocked out.
And she was still functioning. Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know how she does it. I'll take
Good
one hit,
tolerance.
bro. I'm off to the moon. And she keeps smoking, dude. I remember
Mm.
me and a homegirl,
Mm.
I let them, we were meeting or they were meeting. And my homegirl rose up and then she rose up and they just keep rolling blunts.
They going
They
toe to
keep matching
toe.
and stuff. And I'm like,
Whoever taps out, and
I'm
you're
like,
like, damn. No,
I'm with a whole bunch of pies, bro.
no, for real. No, some people like to call it's the people who aren't stoners that like to call me a stoner. But then when I'm around real stoners and they're having like 3, 4 blunts in the same rotation, and it's like we just lit the first one. What is going on? What is like I
Can
be
I catch up?
yeah, for real. I'll be like, come on, I gotta skip 3. I be telling them, I'm still working on this. I'm not there yet. I don't think I'll ever be able to get to that point. It's just um I
I'm
don't know.
trying to
I will
stop.
yeah. When did you let's just talk about it. When did you get into like smoking weed?
When I met my girlfriend.
Hey, it is what it is. So you would call yourself like a new stoner to the community.
I'm a baby
Baby stoner. Yeah, no, I
because
keep going.
even now, I can't smoke that much at all. Like I'm
What's
still
it
like a one hit quitter.
for real?
Yeah, like I haven't been
Damn.
able to build up any tolerance.
Your body probably just that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If you're a
Yeah,
real like if you smoke weed, honestly having a low tolerance is the best thing. You saving money and that shit
yeah,
lasts a
you're
long
right.
way. Hell yeah. Like I would love to have a low tolerance. I think right now I'm like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
Um,
damn,
yeah,
you a
breakfast, lunch.
stoner?
I'm a stoner. But nah, I met other people where whew, nah, I can't do more than like 3. And that's like broken up. Like I can't do anything back to back and stuff like that.
Now,
I'm
how do you get when you're on it though?
me, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like
much the same. That's the thing. I don't smoke indica.
okay, I'm with it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
with it. I
smoke
smoke with
indica.
you.
Yeah,
I
I
smoke
smoke.
I smoke indica. I'm off to sleep.
Same. I'm slumped and my body feels funky. Like I don't like it. That's just me personally. Straight and like
Yeah.
I don't know how people be smoking 3 blunts or more a day of indica. How do you do it? I don't know.
When you're on indica, do you
Uh,
feel like pixelated if you smoke too much?
a little bit, but I just feel gravity hella hard. Like I feel heavy.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
I be
I
feeling
feel pixelated and stuck.
yeah. No, I don't know. Indica just don't blend with me. I'm the type of dude where it's like I smoke and I want to rearrange a bookshelf and shit like that. I don't know why. I like being productive.
If I'm
So
if I smoke sativa, dude, I just want to go outside or have a conversation with somebody because it just brings that out of me. And sometimes
right.
I'd be saying like some dumbass shit out of nowhere too. It's like when you're in high school and stuff and you just already had that natural high with
That
somebody.
natural energy.
I'm just trying to get back to that, trying to find it again.
Yeah, no, it definitely brings that out of me, especially when I think I haven't smoked sativa specifically in a long time. Right now, I've just been doing hybrids. I haven't been really needing to be up hella early and stuff because let me get into that. Are you a morning smoker, afternoon,
I'm
nighttime?
I'm a nighttime.
I'm a morning person. I don't know why. I love it. Yeah,
Damn, dude. But like you said, it gets you productive. It just gets me in a mood where I kind of want to chill and just talk to somebody.
I get it. Yeah. No, I mean, I'll still smoke at night. Don't get it twisted, but I definitely prefer smoking in the morning. Like, I definitely get like, I don't know. I get it's like having a coffee for me. I'm dead
What?
ass. Like, like if I'm smoking like sativa dominant hybrids or just sativa, it's like it's like a nice kickstart to my day. Like I can't tell you why. Like it's
That's
just
interesting to me because I've never felt like that. Let me tell
uh,
you, the one time that I had to be
mm,
productive and I smoked, this is way back when in like before anything was legal. Like
yeah.
yeah, this is high school days and stuff. And I smoked, bro. And I went to math class
Mm.
and I was on the first problem for the whole duration
Damn.
of the period.
Bro, if
I
I told you
slumped.
Bro, if I told you the stupid shit I did in high school, I remember one time. This is remember I my parents brought us out here in to the burbs at the time. So this is like I was in high school like '08, 2012. And so back out here, it was when it was crazy shit. I think I was like a sophomore. And so a lot of people would do Molly or ecstasy. That's what we would call it at the time. So tons of kids out here would do ecstasy. All these little kids from the burbs. They don't got nothing better to do.
Yeah,
Honestly, moving to the suburbs is honestly more drugs than I ever was
a hundred
introduced
percent.
than when I lived in the city. Like when I came out here and all these people started showing me things, I'm like, damn, y'all bad as fuck. But Irvine,
That's I
Irvine,
mean, dude, when I moved to see me, dude,
yeah,
I got introduced to a whole bunch of other drugs. It ended up being heroin's fucking city after a certain
hmm
year. I was like,
hmm
where the hell did
yeah.
every all of this come from?
I was in Irvine and I met people doing straight up meth, straight up,
Just
just
out the pipe.
yeah, like it was wild. I'm like in Irvine and they want to profile me. Like you really
Damn.
I'm like, you really out here in real life, like you really struggling. You down bad right now. But
Damn, Irvine out of everything.
no, for real though. But
I don't
yeah,
see that in Irvine.
nah, I saw it a lot in Irvine. I saw people boosting in the Home Depots and they were palm colored people. If you wanted to know, they had like,
It's let me tell you something I did when I was so like I disclosed before I'm a type 1 diabetic, right?
yeah.
So one day I went me and my homeboy we were walking home from school and it's like a 4 mile walk
Hmm.
and we go into this McDonald's to get some water because it's hot. And I'm like, I gotta go take my insulin real quick. I go to the bathroom
uh.
and I take out the pouch. Now it's gonna be really bad. Don't judge me.
I'm like imagining I was like, this look hella bad right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So some kids walk out. Some kids walk out of the stall, right?
Damn.
And I'm like, oh well, gotta take my heroin. And I go like this, dude.
Nah, you
And I'm like,
you tap the needle.
and I'm like, all right. And then I just dip out, and you should see the kid's face just like,
They shook as fuck.
I probably scarred those kids. If
They
you're
tell
looking at
that
this
story till
right
this
now,
day.
if I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for your kids. That shit was funny though.
They probably will always remember that. Like my first encounter of someone doing drugs. Oh Lord.
I
It's
was a
all good.
badass. I was
It's
so
all
bad,
good.
bro.
No, but no, in high school, listen to me. I so everyone does ecstasy and stuff like that. And normally I basically was introduced to that one bad friend, and my life changed in high
Oh
school.
damn,
You ever met
damn.
that? You ever had that one bad friend that just showed you badass shit?
Yes, dude.
Yeah. So I introduced, and this is a person. This was like my first girlfriend ever too.
You
But
say girlfriend?
that was my first girlfriend ever. She was the person that introduced me to all types of toxic shit.
Oh
But
damn, bro.
so everyone's doing ecstasy and stuff like that. And so she wanted to, pop a pill at school because how some kids would show up to school high or pour liquor in their bottles and stuff like that. They was some badass kids in my school, bro. But
Hey man, same here. I know exactly what you're talking about.
right, so it's like it's 7 a.m.
You got
What are
some
you
vodka in
doing?
a bottle?
Yeah, what you doing with vodka in your Dasani right now? It's 7 a.m. What is going on?
I like that
You
you
woke up at 5 to get here. Like what's going on? We were crazy. Kids are
she was
wild.
prepared, man. She was
Hell
prepared.
already. But so she wanted to pop a pill, and I was like, fuck it. I'll pop a pill. And the way my school is set up, um, when my high school was set up, it was a college prep school. So we didn't have 7 periods in a day. We only had 3 periods a day, and they were broken up on odd days and even days. So we would have 6 classes in total, but they would be broken up in every other day. So 3 classes a day, but the classes were 2 hours long.
Oof.
Yeah, so I actually like that was like my whole high school experience. So when people tell me that they go like their high schools and the class is like 45, 30 minutes, I'm like, how the fuck do you talk? Like I just sat down. Like I don't know how y'all learn that way. That's wild to me.
I didn't, bro. I was like too I was too busy ditching, bro. I don't know.
I feel I hear that. Now I wasn't ditching in high school. I was a nerd in high school. Like nobody really like they knew who I was, but I wasn't really tight with no one. But
I wish I had you as a friend.
yeah, I wasn't. I was like, I really kept to myself. I was hella quiet in high school, but you see, I'm doing hella bad shit. So it was like nobody would have known. So I popped a pill, you know, me and
You were that undercover badass friend.
yeah, I'm still getting the grades in. You would never know it was me though. I'm mollied out. So I go to my Spanish class, fucking rolling balls. And I'm like participating. Like I am like the number one participant in the class. I'm speaking.
Now back then, I mean I don't know if you ever had an Adderall, but did it kind of feel like Adderall?
I've never had Adderall before. Yeah, so I wouldn't know. But I was on one. I was on a good one. I felt like the smartest person in the world for and that was like, I don't
You just
know.
see Marcus's hand do this.
No, for real. I'm like answering every single question and I'm actually answering it correctly. Like that shit was wild. It wasn't my first time rolling either. I don't know why. Like I was like, bing, bing. Like I thought I was on a game show or some shit. But yeah, no, doing badass shit in high school. I never did it again in school though, because I was just like, yeah, that's risking it all.
I low-key did some stuff out of high school. I never did like in high school.
Yeah, no, I did
But
it out of high school, but I was definitely during class. It's always the biology class too. Just bad shit happens in those science classes.
cat, sorry, my dog keeps like snoring. I'm trying to make him be quiet.
No, you're good. I can't
I
even
don't know.
hear
Do you
him.
hear?
Nah,
Okay, cool. Sorry, Tribe.
nah, you're
I just
good.
fucked up your sleeping.
Damn, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But
Biology class.
oh yeah, no, but I want to change the subject. Was there anything else that you wanted to share about yourself though? Something that you
Uh,
wanted to bring attention to?
bro, I actually want to ask you a question, and then I forgot the question.
I
Damn. No, it was a really
like
good
that.
question too. For sure, I'm gonna answer it or
Mhm.
think about it tonight,
Yeah, so
and then I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start actually hitting you up and
no,
for ideas and stuff. So
No, for sure. Definitely toss out ideas. Again, everybody, this is like honestly me and Louie's first time like chopping it up.
mhm.
And this is like the closest we've been to like having an in-person face-to-face conversation. And I know I followed Louie probably like 6, 7 years ago on
Since
Instagram.
before the transition,
Since before I transitioned, yeah. I think you were already ahead of me. But I don't know how far ahead. I think it was, I don't
because I
know,
know
it was a while ago.
I've completely seen your transition. Your
You have.
transition is wild.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Fool,
I
you
was
came a
busted
long
as
ass way.
fuck. I was busted
Not as
as
good.
fuck, y'all. I was busted as fuck. So that's why when people like to say type of things to me or like say like, oh, you must get this all the time and all the attention. Like, y'all, I was ugly as fuck. Like nobody was looking at me. So I don't know how to like being having like attention on me and eyes on me. Like I don't know how to deal with that shit because I used to be that nigga in the corner.
The, I remember when I first saw you and you started transitioning, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be crazy.
Uh-huh.
And then you got your beard way before I fucking got my beard. Like
Yeah.
yours was a full on beard. I still trying to grow my shit out.
Yeah, you were still having little chops.
I'm
Nah, your shit came through though. I'm still trying to grow. I was jealous because you got fucking hair under your lip. Once I grow hair under my lip, bro, it's over.
it's a wrap. It's gonna be
It's
champagne.
it's over.
Was it Champagne Poppy Part 2?
Right? Nah, it's retired. I'm done with the waves. I retired the waves. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do next, but that's a different conversation. But
I'm
yeah,
trying to grow my shit out.
yeah. So
I
getting into
regret it.
that, like when we followed each other and stuff like that, I don't know if you want to talk about like your transition and stuff and how that came to and like what connected you and what clicked it all for you.
So, man, I hope he doesn't mind me name dropping him. It's not
You
bad
don't
at
have to.
all.
You can
But
use a fake name.
all right. So I don't know how far back I want to go, but
Mm,
I guess it was I don't remember what year it was. I think I was 2016. So it had to have been around like 23, 22 to 23 years old, one of those.
okay.
And you know, I was going through like way back before then. I think I was six, no, I wasn't even 16. I was like 14. And I was always grounded because I was always the sibling that did stupid shit and stuff.
Oversay some
So
shit.
I was always slick with it. So
Same. I'm that same kid.
so I mean I had a mouth. So um it was then actually that I started like feeling weird.
Mm,
I guess you could say I still hadn't experienced like a menstruation cycle. Trigger warning. I don't know if anybody has that type of feeling or anything like that, but I was starting to develop late more than other people. People
mm,
develop, I guess, earlier, but
mm,
I was just feeling I was feeling really weird, and I was like always mad all the time. And
same.
honestly, it was going through like a stage of like depression.
Mm,
I don't know what caused my depression. I know everything that caused my depression, but that's like a whole other different
that's a
thing, man.
different conversation.
That's a way different conversation.
Mm,
Um, but I always felt like dysphoric about my body. And then every time I would go to the store with my mom, I'd be
mm,
like, Mom, I want to get clothes. And then she
mm,
would be like, okay, pick something that will make you look pretty. And then I would look at her and I would be like, no, no, not pretty. And she was just
mm.
like, okay, pick something that make you look cool. So she would like she picked up on shit, like, you
Yeah,
know,
she would switch up her language.
uh-huh. And like my mom, I was blessed. I know a lot of people aren't, but I was blessed with the mom that was like always super supportive
I love that.
of
We need
everything.
more
So
stories like that.
um but anyways, I just remember I was just always mad. I always wanted to dress like me, but they would put me in these freaking dresses, and I hated these dresses. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, a lot of people hate dresses, da, da, da.
Mhm.
But it was different. It's not the same. You know that.
No, I feel you. I got a picture of me somewhere in an album where it was like a birthday. So on occasions, like special occasions, my mom is like, no, you have to fucking wear this shit. People are gonna see. I can't be having
Mm-hmm.
you looking any kind of way. So I remember I was hot. I was so pissed, and she wanted me to take this picture. I was like bucked up, angry, and I still keep it till this day because I was like, if that doesn't tell you I was
Yeah.
different, there's nothing else. Like you can't say you didn't see it.
And
But
for a long time, my mom's excuse and my grandma's excuse would be like, well, da 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 is a tomboy, is a
same.
tomboy, is a
Mm-hmm.
tomboy. And I would tell her I'm not excuse my language, I'm not a fucking tomboy. This is how I
Mm-hmm.
feel. And then she would just be like, oh, well, you're just going through a phase right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through a lot of like mad, a lot of hurt. And then it was just like an epiphany. Like one day I was grounded and I was
Mm-hmm.
like being, the 14-year-old kid that every person wants to be. And I was like bucking out like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, like,
Yeah.
in my room. And I just like it just got so overwhelming for me. And I just like cried. Like I cried for hours. I don't know how many hours I cried for, but like that night was just, I remember it like it was yesterday, dude. It was
Like a
just like,
that revelation.
it just felt like my heart was like destroying, like I was just destroying myself. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
praying because at that time my mom and my grandma was making me go to church with
Mm-hmm.
them. And my grandma told me this line and she's like, God can move mountains. And I was like, well, if God can move mountains, God could do this. So that night,
I hear you.
but in a literal sense, because I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I prayed and I was just like, Lord, please, like, please tomorrow, please, 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 let me wake up and let me be this and da da
Mm-hmm.
da. Please, please, that's all I want. I promise not to do anything bad anymore and da da da. And like,
Mm-hmm.
this is just like the feeling that I had as a kid, and this is after like something big had happened a year prior,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But and then that I woke up the next day and it didn't happen, and I was pissed. And I would pray like almost every night, dude. And I just remember like,
Mm-hmm.
why isn't it working? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then um while I'm going through all this emotion, you start meeting friends on social media and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this was over, I think was it Facebook or was it IG? I think it was IG. So when do you remember what year IG started?
Whoo, that was probably like I want to say like around like the early 2010s or something like
2010.
that. Like maybe 2010, 2011.
Oh dang, I mean,
Like first started. That's when Instagram came around. When people start really heavily using it, like me, I was probably like around 2012 when I started heavily using it.
yeah, probably around 2012. I want to say
Yeah.
2012. And I was like working out and I was doing all these like, exercise. 'Cause I was into my shit. I just
Yeah.
wanted to look good. But like this was grown a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, and I was picturing pecs.
Yeah.
I was picturing the pecs and I was just like, oh man, I look good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my whole shit.
Yeah.
And then but that wasn't changing and I was getting mad. Like I was just like, this isn't right. Da, da, da. I saw, we'll call him George. I saw George.
Mm-hmm.
George one day, same like me,
Mm-hmm.
came out as trans.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck? Other people are feeling this shit. This is crazy. Da, da, da. Like, I don't know anybody in my neighborhood that came out and wanted to have this conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
so I saw George transition. I was like, oh shit, this is possible, And then
Mm-hmm.
I asked George, I was like, George, like, do you think I should transition? Da, da, da. And then that's where I fucked up because it's just like, why did I need that? Why did I need another person to tell me? In my head, I was scared though that I needed that person's validation. That way, my mom might feel better about me transitioning
Like, oh,
because
like, look,
somebody else has transitioned.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally get you. It was kind of like, I mean, I completely understand finding that validation. I mean, personally with me,
Because
I
I was
wait,
scared.
yeah,
It's like,
I
you
waited
know,
2 years before actually making the jump and utilizing hormones for transitioning, just because I was that type of person where it's just like, I want to make sure I'm making, like, I will, at least me, I'm like, because the world tries to tell you, and you grow up being the butt in the joke saying you're crazy, you're insane.
always.
Yeah, I remember growing up, like the only term I knew, like quote unquote transvestite. Like I remember like when Sierra first blew up and
That's
people were,
funny.
I remember when Sierra first blew up, I
I
was a
remember.
kid and people were accusing her of being a transvestite, like they were calling her a transvestite. And I would hear that term in my home and it didn't have like a positive, it didn't have any positivity towards that attachment when they were using that slur, especially against Sierra. I knew now everybody forget that they ever did that to her, but um so I had like an attachment where it's like, oh, it's a bad thing to be
I
trans.
actually never thought about that, but I remember when that had came out. But I
Mm-hmm.
never put two and two together, like transvestite. People would
Mm-hmm.
be transgender and trying
Yeah,
to
no,
link
yeah,
them
no.
together.
At the time, I didn't know exactly what being trans is and what that involved and stuff. Like, I just didn't do the education. Again, like I wasn't even 15 at the time, right?
We're kids though.
Exactly. It's not my job to
Yeah.
know that, but I knew like I was picking up on that and I was just like why is that so bad? Like she does this bomb ass dance choreo. So like in my head, I'm like, why is it a bad thing? But then I knew people saw it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
So me, I waited that 2 years and I did like hella fucking I talked to a therapist, not like a conversion therapist or anything like that, like a gender therapist and that shit's hard to fucking find in like what
I
was it
got
like
lucky.
how'd you find yours?
I went through St. John's.
Okay. Okay. What year did
You
you start?
2016.
Okay. Oh, that's the same year as me.
So you probably started just a couple months after me then,
Had
right?
to.
Um, but yeah, I started transitioning once George told me what hospital or what area he went to.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, damn, this is real. Like this is possible. I can do this.
Mhm.
And I just went full fledged for it.
So since talking to George and George pointing you to the direction and where to go, how long was that time frame between like from utilizing hormones and
I
me?
said full fledged, man. When he said he went to da
Uh
because like I said, I've never gone through so much heartbreak to just physically and
yeah.
mentally doing it to myself,
Yeah.
and they told me that, you should go to therapy first and And in
Hmm.
my head, I was just like, no,
You already know.
I know, like, I don't need
Hmm.
someone to try to confirm that for me. Like, this is who I am.
Hmm.
But I did sit on it for like, I want to say like 4 or 5 months. So
Hmm.
I was just like, I was really thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, he's able to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. So I started obviously researching it within those 4 months. And then after that, I told him, hey, I know you went to St. John's, but which one did you go to? And I booked it with who I was with at the time.
Hmm.
And that was a whole other thing. But I never looked back, dude. Like I, I love me, who I am right now. Like
Love that.
this is who I am, regardless if other people don't think it or not.
Hmm.
People are always gonna have opinions,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, this is who I am. If you don't like it, kiss it. I ain't,
You could say kiss my
I
ass. This
kiss
is
my
our
fucking ass.
podcast, bro.
I
This is our podcast. We can say whatever we want here. It's our space. Talk about
so
whatever.
so and it was with Dr. Cook. Thank you, Dr. Cook.
Mhm.
And that's where I met one of my other friends. He was the one for the he had helped me do my gender change or gender marker change on my
That's
driver's
dope.
license.
That's super
So
dope.
so and I still talk to him every once in a while. So, I mean, once I figured out that it was possible, I was just like, okay, it just came
Mhm.
later. Maybe there was a reason why this came later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and
Yeah.
and I think when we went through it, I think is when like it was starting to become a visible thing,
Yeah.
you know? Because before then, like I told you, man, I didn't know anything.
It
I
was
didn't
far and
know.
few.
Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure other people feel the same exact way we feel, you
100%.
know?
Like
So,
I think it's crazy how even during our period, like around the era that we transitioned, like it wasn't that much information. Like insurance companies, if you go that route, they didn't even fucking know what to do with you and what to cover you for and what not to cover you for. And then at those times, that shit was like changing. The laws and the insurance fucking coverage was changing like every fucking month, it felt like. So like what it was last week, it'd be like, oh no, you have to do this, jump through this hoop, give me your right ankle, and then we'll give you approval for something. Um, so
I I think I had United Healthcare,
uh-huh.
and they're actually a pretty good group.
Shout outs to them.
Yeah, they I mean, I don't know how it is now. I mean, it's been years
Mhm.
since I've had them, but
Yeah,
you know, when I changed to freaking Blue Anthem, dude, it was just like crap. I was like, man, you need to literally jump through hurdles just to get something done.
really. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I had to get my own health insurance at 18. So I've had my own health insurance for like almost 10 years now. So when I was 18 years old, I didn't know what to fucking pick or do. I'm like, I just need to make sure I got a safety net. So I got Medi-Cal at the time and I've been with them since. I never changed it. And that shit, they give you the hardest time.
Do they?
For, huh?
Do they? I
Yeah,
mean,
at least they did for me. Of course, in the time that I, transitioned and utilized hormones, they were still having like stipulations, like weird ass stipulations that they were always changing about like surgeries and stuff like that. And yeah, but like how you were saying, it was kind of like it kind of happened in the time that it needed to. Um, but yeah, no, they definitely are never streamlined. It's always like not everyone's educated on like what the guidelines are. So that's
yeah,
like a whole different conversation too. But all right, so we'll wrap it up here. I know we've been going for almost a little over an hour now,
that's
and
cool.
yeah, right. It went
Yeah,
smooth. But yeah,
man,
so what's
I
up?
didn't even know it was an hour almost, or about an hour. I don't know how long it's been really.
Yeah, it's been like an hour and like 15 minutes or something like that. Just some slight. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff. I don't want to carry it on because we're gonna be doing this on a weekly basis, still on Thursdays if things change between us because we still got personal lives to live.
Mhm.
Um, we will let you guys know, but we're plan on doing these weeklies podcast topics, bringing on new people that I know, people that Louis knows, or mutual people that we both know between us. And yeah, we're just gonna kick it off from here. I hope you guys. I forgot to tell you guys this is the first podcast that we are doing videos too. So let me know what you guys think about that. But Louis, you got any final words for the people?
Keep being you, and I'll see you next Thursday.
All right, point blank period. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for the Java Lounge. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.